Hello and welcome. You are listening to the Ditch Decade Diets podcast. I am your host, Lorna, certified food freedom coach and founder of the Ditch Decade Diets Academy. I've spent 10 years in an unhealthy relationship with food, binge eating, over-exercising, and feeling insecure in my body. This podcast is all about helping you get to the root of your food struggles and teaching you how to rewire your brain so you can end binge eating. If you're ready to improve your relationship with food and cultivate more self-love towards yourself and your health, this is the podcast for you. So let's get to it and jump right in. All right. Hello, everybody. I decided to just pop on and do a little mini Q&A. So I am here to answer any questions that you guys have regarding binge eating, emotional eating, overeating. Please drop your questions down below, and I am so happy to answer them. If you have any questions for me, I am here to support you with your relationship with food. You are not broken. There is a way out, and I'm going to take some time to support you. How are you diagnosed as a binge eater? What are the symptoms? So honestly, I was never technically diagnosed. Literally, when I went to my doctor was like, "You're fine. You're just stressed, and everyone eats when they're stressed." And I'm like, no, you don't get it, okay? I am doing some crazy shit with food, So my doctor had no idea what binge eating actually was. And the reality is you don't have to be diagnosed. I knew that the things that I was doing with food were not normal. I knew that I was literally thinking about food from the time that I woke up until the time that I went to bed. That's not normal. It's common, but it's not normal. I felt like I was going through an out-of-body experience when I was binging. That's not normal. I was eating in secret. I was, eating healthy all day and then binging at home late at night. I would, eat super healthy in front of my friends, and then I would come home and I would just binge, right? So it's the secret eating, the obsession, the constant food thoughts, the out-of-body experience. You don't need to be diagnosed to know that that's an unhealthy relationship with food. So that's what I would say. Okay, next question. Hey, Chloe, I eat so well at work and then I get home and can't stop eating chocolate. I don't know how to stop. Okay, so this is very common. And if you guys can resonate with this, let me know in the chat box. This was actually something that I personally struggled with as well too. It was super easy to eat healthy all day. And then come the evenings, it's you're super out of control with food. And this happens for a few different reasons. And I don't know your exact situation, but I'm just going to speak out of experience and with some of the clients that I work with. So number one, you might be packing your lunch and only packing healthy food, which is great. But at the same time, it's backfiring, because I remember back in 2018, when I was packing my lunch to go to work, I would only pack healthy foods because I would never allow myself to pack chocolate or sweets, because I'm no, I need to eat healthy today. And that was restriction, right? That's restriction. So if you're eating healthy, which is good if you enjoy it, but if you are depriving yourself or you are dismissing your cravings, then of course those cravings are going to intensify and build up over time, and they're going to turn into urges late at night. So you can't stop eating chocolate late at night because you're simply not allowing yourself to have it during the day. I remember I was honestly so terrified to have I was so terrified to have chocolate during the day. I'm this is so wrong. This is bad. And it's you're going to stop binging on chocolate in the evenings when you stop trying to be super perfect with your food during the day. And again, there's nothing wrong with eating healthy. That's amazing, right? I love eating healthy, but there's a big difference between I'm packing my lunch and I can only eat these foods versus I enjoy eating healthy and I'm also going to have some chocolate, or I'm also going to have this, and actually still honoring your cravings. That's going to prevent binges from happening in the evening. And if you guys are struggling with nighttime binging, I actually have an entire program. It's called Break the Late Night Binge, that's starting on Thursday. And I created this because I used to struggle so much with nighttime binging. I would eat super healthy all day when I was at work, and as soon as I would come home, I would binge like it didn't even matter if I was hungry, if I was full, it did not matter. I would always binge. So if you feel like you can eat healthy all day, but you come home and like after dinner, it's the worst, my Break the Late Night Binge program is absolutely for you. We start on Thursday and you do save $100 if you join before then. I also have PCOS, so I get intense cravings. Yes, I have clients that also have PCOS as well too. And, the reality is it's like, again, cravings are not bad. You guys, there is a difference between cravings and urges. A lot of the times when you fear cravings, that's what actually causes you to binge. So you have a craving, let's say for something sweet, and you're like, I shouldn't eat this. This is bad. But then that craving doesn't just go away. That craving builds up. And the next thing you know, you're binging on an entire chocolate bar, which it would have been so much better if you just had a piece of chocolate, right? If you just had some chocolate and then you moved on with your day. But we've been told, don't do that. Like, cravings are bad. You shouldn't be eating chocolate or you shouldn't be doing this. And then that just causes binges to happen. So what other questions do you guys have below? Somebody says, who can we go to for help? Hi, hello, me. You guys can message me on my Instagram if you are open to support and coaching. I'm more than happy to share with you guys different ways that I can support you guys with binge eating. How to stop in the middle of a binge. Okay, so honestly, my biggest thing is you could create a pattern interrupt, and I'll explain that in a second. But what's actually so much easier is preventing a binge from happening. Because I don't know about you guys, but the reality is once you're in a binge, it feels like you can't stop. Like once you're in a binge, it feels like literally somebody is taking over your body and doing things with food, and it does not feel like you. You feel me? Let me know if you guys can resonate with that. You're like, I try to stop. I know that intellectually, I know that I'm full, and my body's like, keep on going. So it's actually going to be so much easier for you to not feel that urge than start and then try to stop. Now, you could create a pattern interrupt. So let's say in the middle of a binge, you could create a pattern interrupt where you either start shaking, right? You go to the bathroom, you splash cold water on your face, you do some breathing exercises. But the reality is once you're in the binge, you're not going to want to stop. Like that's just straight up facts. Like you're not going to want to stop. So what I help my clients with is I help my clients prevent urges from happening. And then it becomes so much easier for them to not give in. Because once you don't feel this urge, you don't feel this pull to go into your pantry, it's going to be so much easier for you to not give in. I want to lose weight, so I eat normal 2 to 3 weeks, then I start binging like crazy. Okay, so you need to stop focusing on weight loss. Now, this does not mean you can't lose weight. So the clients that come to me, they come to me to stop their binging. I help them get back into with their hunger and fullness cues. They eat when they're hungry. They stop when they're full. They get rid of their urges. They're able to eat like a normal person. They're not thinking about food all day long. And as a result, their weight takes care of themselves. Their weight takes care of itself. When you are so focused on, I need to lose weight, you are going to restrict yourself. You're going to have crazy food rules, and it's going to backfire, and you're going to actually binge more because you're going to be thinking about food so much more. You're going to say, no, I can't eat this because that has too many calories. You're going to be dismissing your cravings, and you're going to spiral into a binge. So the reality is actually, when you don't focus on weight loss and you focus on healing your relationship with food, you focus on actually, healing, you focus on getting rid of your urges, you are going to be able to reach a healthier weight than focusing solely on weight loss. Have you ever relapsed into a binge? Nope. And it's been 4 years, baby. Was binging ever a coping mechanism for you? Of course. Of course. Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. That's what, binging is, right? It's like, the reality is I was saying this to some of my clients. We weren't taught how to process, manage, or cope with our emotions. We weren't taught that in school. Nobody teaches you how to process your emotions. As your parents don't teach you how to manage your emotions. And so the reality is when you don't want to feel the stress, the anxiety, and you don't know even how to feel that, it's like, I need to run away. I need to escape. I need to numb. I don't like this feeling. And you know that just going into your pantry and eating can get rid of those emotions very quickly, obviously very temporarily, but you know that it could, get rid of the anxiety for a few moments. And then that just becomes your crutch. And it's like your brain now knows, like, ooh, well, if I'm super stressed out and I want a burst of comfort, I know what to do. I'm just going to go into the pantry and numb out for a bit. Hey, Katie, is there certain times better to eat your meals that may help calm the binge down? There's not certain times. There's not certain times. I would just make sure that you're eating regularly throughout the day, right? Because if you are waiting too long to eat, that's absolutely going to make you feel impulsive. And when you are already going into a meal super hungry, super impulsive, it makes it that much more challenging to be in tune with your body. It makes it that much more challenging to actually stop when you're full. So there's not specific times. I would just make sure that you are eating regularly throughout the day to prevent those urges from happening. Mine seems to happen near my period. Yes, that's super common. However, so during the time of the month, hormones do change. Like that is a fact. Hormones are fluctuating. However, you don't want to use it as a way to justify binges, right? Because it's very easy to be like, oh, I binge today because it's the time of the month, right? And although hormones do change, you don't want to use it as an excuse to just binge, because I get my period every single month and I don't binge. Why? It's because I got rid of my urges, because I have a healthy relationship with food, because I have trust around food, right? So once you heal your relationship with food, it doesn't matter if it's the time of the month, if you're by yourself, if you're on vacation, if it's late at night, you still won't binge. And that's what I can support you with. All right, let's see here. Is a 1,300 calorie deficit too low? Oh, yes. Heck yeah. Katie, you're so welcome. So Alyssa said I only binge before bed after eating 4 or 5 balanced meals. So Alyssa, join Break the Late Night Binge. Literally, if any of you guys are struggling with nighttime eating, you need to join my program, Break the Late Night Binge. Go to my profile right now, the link in my bio, and sign up because you save $100 if you join before Thursday. I literally created this program because for me, I used to eat regular meals. I had my 4 or 5 meals, and no matter what, it's like I would come home and I would binge, even though I was full. And I recognized that there were certain things that I could be doing first thing in the morning. I'm going to teach you brain-based tools first thing in the morning to help you become less impulsive with food. There are certain things that you can actually do during the day. There are certain food combinations I'm going to teach you that will actually help you have no desire to binge. You can effortlessly stop when you're full, and you literally won't even have the desire to binge late at night anymore. And if you do want a snack in the evening, I'm going to teach you how to be able to have a snack, a decent sized portion, and move on with your night without binging. So if you guys are struggling with nighttime binging, go to my profile and sign up for Break the Late Night Binge. We're starting on Thursday, and this is literally going to help you completely end your nighttime binge eating, emotional eating, boredom snacking, whether you are binging, whether you're just like snacking and you're like, I'm not even hungry, you're just like watching TV and you feel like your hands always need to be doing something. This program is going to be for you. Okay, what other questions do we have? Hey, Julia, welcome. We're doing a Q&A, so if you want to drop any questions down below. This has been amazing. This is so much fun. I love doing these Q&As. I do a Q&A every single month inside of my Root and Rewire membership with my clients, and it is so much fun. I do them weekly inside of my academy. Hey, Heather. Okay, I'm going to keep drop your questions until somebody asks a question. Anyone else have questions for me regarding binge eating, emotional eating, overeating, intuitive eating? I'm here to support you. I'll stay on for a few more minutes if there are any other questions. not, I will just pop off. Probably all of you guys went to the link in my bio to join Break the Late Night Binge. That's why all of you guys left. That's so funny. All right, you guys. Hey, Andy. All right, well, I'm going to pop off. It doesn't look like anyone else is asking any more questions. I'm just going to post this one more time and see. Hey, Melissa, I'm doing a Q&A. If you have any questions for me for binge eating, I'm here to answer some questions. Hey, Tara. Hello, hello, hello. New here. Hey, Heather. I have emotional binge eating, or I've emotionally or binge ate my whole life. I so see you. And for anyone that is struggling with binge eating, I want you guys to know that there is a way out, you know, and there is a decision that you need to make to say, like, I am done with this and I am no longer going to choose to make this a part of my story. So I struggled with binge eating in the past for 10 years of my life. And I got to a point where I said, I am done with this. Like, binge eating was impacting my relationships. It was impacting my intimate life. It was impacting my career. It was impacting my mental health. Like, I was literally thinking about food and calories and my body all day long. I would look up the menu a week in advance. I'd binge every single time I was home alone. I was anxious all the time. I was on high alert all the time. And this moment in 2019, I decided, like, I am done with binging. I don't want to keep waking up full and bloated from how much I ate last night. I don't want to keep promising myself that I'm never going to binge again. Like, I want to end this for good. And that was the moment that I decided to commit to a better relationship with food. I committed to ending my binge eating. And here we are, 4 years binge free, because I decided to heal. I decided to say yes to myself. I decided to get the proper support, the proper tools to reprogram my brain. So, Heather, you are not alone. And it really is just deciding, like, this is not going to be part of my story anymore. Like, it doesn't matter if I binge for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 plus years, like, there is a way out for you as well, too. Hey, Emma, we're doing a Q&A if you guys have any questions. Melissa, do you have a question for me? Hi, Diane. We're doing a little Q&A. I said I'm going to stop so many times, I don't even trust myself anymore. But this is the thing, you guys. If you don't have the proper tools to stop your binge eating, you are literally going to just tell yourself, I promise myself I'm not going to do it. I can't tell you how many times I promised myself I'm never going to binge again. But that's because I didn't know what else to do except, like, fingers crossed, I hope I don't binge. But once I actually learned how to become less impulsive with food, I learned how to eat when I'm hungry and stop when I'm full. I learned how to trust myself to eat chocolate without binging was the moment that I stopped my binging. So this is why, you guys, I have my programs. I teach you all the tools. I have the community so you can really feel less alone. You don't have to promise yourself anymore. You don't have to rely on willpower or motivation. Ending binge eating is not about trying harder. Ending binge eating is not about having more motivation or more willpower. You need to learn how to practice not giving into your urges, because binging is a habit. Every single time you feel the urge to binge and you give in, you're further ingraining this habit into your brain. And the more times you can practice not giving into your urges, then you're going to eventually rewire your brain out of these habitual cycles. What steps did you take initially? So, Heather, you can message me on my Instagram. If any of you guys are interested in getting support and coaching, and you're like, I'm so done with dieting, I'm ready to stop my binge eating, I want to eat normally, I want to stop thinking about food all day long, I want to stop my nighttime binging, I just want to eat normally, then you can message me on my Instagram. Heather, you can just message me on my Instagram and I can share some different ways that I can support you. There's also options in the link in my bio as well, too. How did you regulate the energy around trigger foods? So when it comes to, somebody just joined Break the Late Night Binge. I'm so excited. Oh my God, this is amazing. I love when somebody joins. If you just joined, comment down below. Oh my God, this is amazing. When somebody joins on the live stream, it just makes me so happy. Oh, I can't wait to celebrate you. We start on Thursday. It's going to be so freaking amazing. Okay, back to this. You guys, if you're a client of mine, like I just get so excited when I get to support you. Like it just makes me so happy. So when it comes to trigger foods, what most people will do is most people will say, I don't trust myself around chocolate, so I'm going to keep chocolate out of the house. But that doesn't actually help you make peace with trigger foods. Keeping trigger foods out of the house does not make that food less triggering. It makes it more triggering. So to actually make peace with that trigger food, you got to expose yourself to that trigger food. But this does not mean go to the grocery store and, oh, Alyssa just joined. Welcome, Alyssa, to Break the Late Night Binge. Oh, she just came on. Alyssa. Hi, Alyssa. I just saw you join Break the Late Night Binge. I'm so excited. Congratulations. You're amazing. That is an action taker right there. She's going to stop her nighttime binging, and I'm so freaking excited. I need it. God, I love it. I love it. Alyssa, you're amazing. Okay. So if you are having trouble around chocolate and you never allow yourself to have chocolate, chocolate is always going to be triggering for you. I like to use this example of like a friendship, right? If you never spend time with a friend, how can you trust them? You can't. The more time you spend with a friend, the more you're going to trust them. So if you want to take trigger foods off of a pedestal, if you want trigger foods to become less triggering for you, you need to actually expose yourself to that trigger. But this does not mean go to the grocery store and go buy chips, chocolate cake, ice cream. No. But what I actually mean is when you're craving it, if you're wanting like, oh, I really want some chocolate, allow yourself to have chocolate. That's actually going to take that food off of a pedestal the more you expose yourself to these triggers. Okay. I'm at work, pack healthy lunches, but come 3:30 when I'm off, I'm hungry and I binge. So this is like what I was just saying before this. When you are at work and you're packing healthy lunches, that's great. But then you're going to actually, once you're off work, it's like, what do I actually want? Can you guys relate to that? You're like, okay, I'm going to pack all these healthy meals and you might enjoy that. But then it's like, okay, what do I actually want? What did I not allow myself to have? What did I not allow myself to pack that I actually now really want? And if you just allowed yourself, if you packed some of those foods that you tend to binge on and you have them during the day, you would stop binging at the 3:30 when you're off. Can you help pregnant women? Yes, I can. Just message me, Jade, on my Instagram. Hey, Marcy. Greetings from Italy. Hey, Kim. I'm using all the tools, not binging while on vacation. Heck freaking yes. Amazing. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm going to pop off. Again, congrats, Alyssa, for joining Break the Late Night Binge. We're starting on Thursday. So if you are somebody who can typically eat healthy all day, but then come the evenings, that's when you binge and you spiral out of control, my program, Break the Late Night Binge, is for you. We're starting on Thursday. I'm going to teach you my exact process for how to stop binging and emotionally eating late at night. So if you want to wake up full of energy and you want to actually go to bed feeling proud of yourself that you didn't turn to food when you were stressed, you didn't binge, this is truly the program for you. So I'm super excited. Cannot wait to support you guys. Again, go to the link in my bio right now. Join. You save $100 if you join before Thursday when we start. So I'm so excited. Cannot wait. Hi, Amber. First time here. Welcome. So happy you are here. Welcome, Amber. This is amazing. All right, you guys. I love you guys. Have the best day ever. I'm here for you. You're not alone. There is a way out. I've not only stopped my binging myself, but I've helped hundreds of clients. So if you guys are interested in support, please message me on my Instagram. I can share the different programs I have, the different ways that I can support you in conquering binge eating sustainably. So I love you guys. Have the best day ever, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.